It's a very good evening and welcome to Rondine Memorial. We're on the North Pitch. It's finals time here in the West Group M-League competition, first grade. And tonight, there is no tomorrow for the team that bows out tonight. It's an elimination semi-final between St Mary's Eaglevale and the Camden Tigers. Great to have your company on the Macarthur Football Association YouTube channel. I'm Jack Bulick and I'll be right here right till the end of this semi-final here tonight. Our officials for this finals fixture, Johan Pinto is the man in the middle. The assistant referee furthest from camera is Lewis Hudson, and the assistant referee closest to camera is Lachlan Campbell. So both captains are now with the referee for the coin toss as we're about to get underway for finals football in the M-League for 2025. Here at Rondine Memorial, we're on the North Pitch for this minor semi-final. It's an elimination match. And the officials are about to get into place, so are the players. Hope you do at home as well. Very chilly 10 degrees out at Camden tonight with a slight breeze blowing as well. So in footballing parlance, fantastic conditions for this clash here tonight. So Camden Tigers are about to kick off. Referee Johan Pinto is about to get us underway for this minor semi-final elimination. We're underway. Camden Tigers in their gold tops, black shorts and gold socks. I'll be running from right to left on your screen. And the St Mary's Eaglevale in their yellow tops, green shorts and yellow socks. They'll be running from left to right on your screen in the first half. St Mary's trying to get out of their own half. Luke Martino sees it over the touchline, but it is a Camden throw. Alex Reid. And an early touch here for Dion Pereira, who's in goal tonight for St Mary's Eaglevale. St Mary's Eaglevale have not been part of the first grade setup for several seasons, so it's great to see them back into finals contention in their first year back. As Yusuf Rufi now, Luke Martino! He had space, he had time. And he just goes past the near post. Tom Haynes was beaten there, but Martino couldn't find the target on that occasion, so an early shot in anger here from St Mary's. In the opening 90 seconds as Camden go long. Ball on the left-hand side here. And well defended by St Mary's. So an early corner kick for the Tigers. And it goes to the near stick. St Mary's defend it. And numbers in their favour. Only hack it out as far as Alex Reid, who puts it back and well wide of the framework in the end. And it'll be a goal kick here for St Mary's. So both these teams couldn't be separated during the home and away season. Draws in both round 6 and round 15. Not a struck match between them. We'll see what's in store for us tonight. Quentin Pereira plays out of defence. Tigers win the ball back high up on the pitch and give it back to St Mary's. Binny goes across the pitch. Delwyn Pereira goes back to Quentin. Quentin finds space in the middle. Rostesky. Quentin Pereira will get it again. Now Quentin's under pressure and he goes long up towards halfway. Not on there from Jake Taylor for Camden. They'll have another go. And now back from Lewis Gibson as the Tigers recycle possession out on the right-hand side. We'll look to advance down the pitch. Kalen Locke crosses over. Tigers still with the ball on the edge of the pitch. Passing it to each other. No one's really prepared to pull the trigger. In the end, the Tigers concede a throw. That'll be a throw-in for St Mary's. So a little bit of excitement there on top of the box for the Tigers, amounted to nothing as they win the ball from the throw-in. Martino loses out for St Mary's as Jack Haynes dishes off a pass as Camden look to move the ball forward and once again dispossessed. Delwyn Pereira unloads down the right-hand side. Alex Reid mops up for Camden. Gets a return ball. Bit of space in front of him, Alex Reid. He takes it, puts the ball in the gap, but too much weight on that one and away for a goal kick. So the Tigers having a tough time of it in the last month, playing all the high-ranked teams, coming away with 2 draws and 2 losses. The last victory was back on July the 5th. Delwyn Pereira, Martino, as St Mary's look to play around to the left. Rostesky. Binny. William. Now the ball goes long. Martino couldn't quite control it. And now Camden come away through Brenton McGee. Back in the middle for the Tigers, Lewis Gibson, and the ball off St Mary's, I think it was last. No, it's off the Tigers. And St Mary's, in their past month, they've had 2 wins and 2 draws as well, so they come in slightly better, but they have played lower ranked opposition besides the Camden Tigers in round 15, where it was a 0-0 draw. So an even start here in the opening minutes of this elimination final here at Rondine North. Tigers moving the ball around, but this time they go long. Quentin Pereira comfortably heads it back to halfway. Gibson up over the top looking for Reid. Delwyn Pereira in the way, back to Lewis Gibson, dispossessed, and now on the turn. Ethan Maguire goes back in the middle. Nice work there from Michael Binny, the good use of his body, but the ball was pushed too far. Back it goes to St Mary's again. Binny over the top. And Camden defend it and push it out to the side. In the fixture earlier on in the reserve grade elimination semi-final, It was a victory to Mount Annan Mustangs. They led 2-0 at half-time and went right on with it in the second half and had a 6-0 victory over the Camden Tigers, who are now eliminated in the reserve grade for competition in the M League for 2025. Alex Reid now goes forward. Still going. Chance for the Tigers. And it'll be a corner kick. Caden Locke wants to get on with it quickly here for Camden. He's going to swing it in with his left boot from the far side. Caden Locke for Camden. In it comes to the far stick. It's a header down. And St Mary's get it away eventually out to the side. But it was a good corner kick there at the far stick. Headed down there at the far post, but St Mary's there. So a long throw. Franklin Tripodi punched out by Dion Pereira. And St Mary's put it out again. So the Tigers looking to find a way through here in the early moments. Franklin Tripodi again with a long throw at the near post. This time Pereira gets it on the second attempt for St Mary's Eaglevale. He builds it up over halfway. Alex Reid heads it out of play. The Saints will start again. Delwyn Pereira goes down the line. Maguire. Jack Haynes takes the ball away from him. Turns, tries to find Reid. Delwyn Pereira misses the ball. And now the Tigers are away down the middle. The ball's being held up there by Harry Davies. And now they go out to the right-hand side. Gibson. Under pressure. Ball's taken away from him now from St Mary's. Binney up the pitch. A shot from distance. The ball just bobbled in front of him. He couldn't quite get the purchase he wanted there, Michael Binney, who comes off a final round with a haul of 4 goals in round 18 in St Mary's big win. Their final home and away match, so definitely in form. Strike for St Mary's. Now Franklin Tripodi goes long. Alex Reid. Camden Tigers on the left edge of the box. Crossover beats everybody. And St Mary's clean up in the far corner to Jack Williams. Tries to find Rostesky now. It still works out here for the Saints. Delwyn Pereira. Cross to the right. Martino. Tap back towards Maguire now. Michael Binney. Delwyn Pereira, all very close quarters. Now can Martino be released down the right? No, he can't. The ball's out of play. And there'll be a throw in here for Camden. So Alex Reid and Dan Pickles have been working off each other down the left here for the Tigers. This time Reid goes towards more centrally and Franklin Tripodi at the back. Alex Steedman. Franklin Tripodi here for Camden. Jack Haynes. A lovely ball out to the right-hand side now. Can Camden make something of this? Gibson. They lose out now. St Mary's on the transition here. Maguire goes forward. Franklin Tripodi cleans up for the Tigers. Referee Johan Pinto blowing in favour of St Mary's there with a foul on Yusuf Rafi. St Mary's with a free kick just inside the half of the Camden Tigers. So 13 minutes gone here at Rondon Memorial, the North Pitch, in this minor semi-final. It's an elimination final. Great to have your company on the Macarthur Football Association YouTube page in a very tight contest. No score so far as St Mary's go long. Header from Yusuf Rafi and into the hands of Tom Haynes, who takes it comfortably for the Tigers. Luke Martino with a very early chance inside the opening 90 seconds for the Saints, but since then there hasn't really been anything of note, as both these teams are trying to find an opening. Harry Davies wins a tough ball on the right, and that's from behind, and I think that might be an early yellow card that was not necessary, and it is. Against Ethan Maguire from St Mary's Eaglevale, a yellow card. First one of the match. Just pulled him down with his trailing legs, and referee Johan Pinto had no hesitation but to give a yellow against Ethan Maguire of St Mary's. So the Tigers now through Lewis Gibson with his free kick. In it comes to the 6-yard box. Quentin Pereira gets something on it and pushes it away for a throw-in for the Tigers. A long throw in the box. Maguire loses out. Dan Pickles. Still with Pickles. Top of the box. Can't quite get it, and St Mary's clear the ball. Steedman puts it high and long. St Mary's win the ball, and it goes over towards the far sideline, and Camden seem to be stringing a few more passes together here. Gibson. Now Martino. Gibson gets back in time, and Franklin Tripodi intercepts there for Camden. They're on halfway. Nice touch there from William Binney. William Binney tried to square the ball, but Lewis Gibson ends up with it here for Camden down the left. Delwyn Pereira battling it out in the middle of the park there with Jake Taylor. Taylor comes away with it for Camden. Now back to Martino. Martino. Brendan Focchianelli shoots! And it's over the top. Focchianelli had a good sight on goal there, but it was rising over the bar. And a goal kick here for Camden. Of the times I've seen St Mary's Eaglevale this year, they're certainly a team with big fighting spirit and certainly fight hard all the way, which is a great attribute to have in finals football. Now, here come the Saints from halfway. Delwyn Pereira. Quentin starts again down the left-hand side. William Binney now goes long from Maguire. Headed back to Reed. Still with Reed. He's got Pickles outside him. Dan Pickles. And good tackle there from Michael Binney. Pickles. Quick throw in back towards the middle. Now falls for Lewis Gibson. Tigers look to build up again. Gibson gets the rebound. Now pushes it out to the right. First time ball in the middle. Opportunity, but the flag's up. Offside. Against the Tigers there. Some nice lead-up play. The header went straight into the hands of Quentin Pereira from Harry Davies. Assistant referee Lewis Hamilton putting up his flag. Now St Mary's trying to work it out from their own end. Good intervention there from Tripodi. Gives it away. Now ball down the right-hand side. Luke Martino again. First time cross. Camden get it away towards Pickles. Delwyn Pereira couldn't keep it in play, and now the Tigers come away with it down the line. Pickles. Good solid challenge there. Delwyn Pereira restart play for St Mary's. Down the right-hand side. Maguire. Out of play now. St Mary's looking to spend some time on the ball if they can. Maguire not sure what to do with the throw. Gets it back off William Binney. Maguire, 9-out space, and Jake Taylor comes in and puts it out of play for the Tigers. Delwyn Pereira now to throw it in for the Saints. Gets the return ball down the right-hand side. A sweeping cross to the far side. And they're headed down from Yusuf Rafi too much. And Tom Haynes takes the ball and pumps it up over halfway. Nodded forward there from Davies. And a foul on Maguire of St Mary's, and they'll win the free kick. So Quentin Pereira, the captain for St Mary's, at the back to take this free kick. And it goes to the top of the box. Lewis Gibson gets a head on it for Camden. Back it comes. Binney from distance. The ball bobbled again, I think, just before he struck it. And well and truly wide of the mark. So tough finals fixture here. Brought to you by West Group in the M-League in first grade. Just over 21 minutes gone in the first half. It's St Mary's Eaglevale 0, Camden Tigers 0. This is elimination. There is no next week for either team here. The one that gets eliminated. Binney offering up a pass to Luke Martino, but he's offside. Franklin Tripodi now at the back for the Tigers. Goes well and truly long. Pickles gets up, but it's won by Delwyn Pereira for St Mary's, who pumps it forward. William Binney off Lewis Gibson, who does well to keep it in for the Tigers. Lewis Gibson looking for a cross pass. William Binney couldn't quite dispossess him. Pickles. Tight space there. Maguire puts it out of play for the Saints, and back come Camden. Alex Reed over the head there of Pickles. Delwyn Pereira picks it up for the Saints. Now Yusuf Rafi over on the left-hand side. Gives it away. Back come Camden. Play on's the call. Jack Haynes puts it up high into the path of Dion Pereira, who takes it comfortably and rolls it out to Delwyn. Delwyn Pereira drives it up to halfway for the Saints. Puts a ball over the top, too much for Luke Martino, and Pickles gets the second ball here for the Tigers. Gibson turns. Does a 180 and back to Franklin Tripodi. Camden, pump it long. Looking for Pickles. Will it bounce his way? Does. He puts a header down. Dan Pickles. But a very committed Dion Pereira comes out at the feet there of Dan Pickles and takes the ball cleanly for St Mary's. Now the ball falls here for Martino. Tries to slip it through, but Camden get there first. Maguire. Delwyn Pereira. Michael Binney goes back. Quinta Pereira now finds Dion as the Saints. Quinton does go long. Knotted down there by Yusuf Rafi, looking for Luke Martino. Almost coming off. And Alex Reid comes across, and referee Johan Pinto orders a free kick here for St Mary's Eaglevale. So very attacking position in the dead ball for the Saints. Indirect free kick. Luke Martino. Referee just telling him to take the ball back. Now Martino goes to the fast stick. Camden head it long. We're out of harm's way momentarily as St Mary's win the ball back now through Delwyn Pereira. Delwyn goes long, looking for Yusuf Rafi. The ball's still in play here for St Mary's. Rafi along the byline. Goes to the top stick. A chance here for St Mary's. And in the end, it's going to be a corner kick. First one of the night for the Saints. We're asking some questions here for the Camden Tigers in the last couple of minutes. "26 minutes gone in the first half. Still no score in this minor semi-final. In comes the corner kick. A high loopy one to the back stick. Looking for Delwyn Pereira. Shot from William Binney from distance, and it's away for a goal kick. So patience the key in a very tight matches like this one. Who's going to have the more patience to outlast the opposition? Gibson. It's a tap back here for Camden. Looking for Locke. Got a touch, couldn't control it. Quinta Pereira straight back up the other end. Cleared there by McGee for the Tigers hurriedly. And St Mary's come back again. So St Mary's going all the way back to Quinton Pereira. He goes long and right, but can only find the touchline. Martino puts it in the middle, finds Yusuf Rafi looking for support. He went back, but it was intercepted by the Tigers. Jack Haynes puts in a long ball. Delwyn Pereira with a foot. Reed. Taylor, Pickles, back to Alex Reed. Looking to build here the Tigers, but thwarted again by the Saints. Franklin Tripodi. Long throw down the line. Dan Pickles. Ball taken off his feet there by Delwyn Pereira. So a real tight contest here at Rondine North in this minor semi-final here in the M League. Another long throw from Franklin Tripodi. Pereira taps it out, only back to Franklin Tripodi, who drives it across. Dion Pereira got hands to it. Still in play in the 6-yard box, but it's taken away now by St Mary's. Up the pitch. Camden win the ball back. And they're throwing now for the Tigers on the far side, who are looking to press hard here. Just like St Mary's had a couple of minutes spell up the other end just a few moments ago. Now the Tigers pressing hard back up this end. We're looking for a ball at the moment. We have one finally. And the Tigers to restart play on the far side. McGee finds Lewis Gibson. Good interception there from St Mary's. The ball's too big. Tom Haynes to clean it up here for Camden as they start again. Square ball. Alex Reed goes towards halfway. Pickles plays a 1-2 there. Taylor, Reed loses out. William Binney through the middle. Oh, it's too big, and Haynes will take that comfortably. Tom Haynes, drop punt up over halfway for the Tigers. Lock. Taylor cuts back on the inside. Jake Taylor for the Tigers. A left-footed pass in the middle. The flag's up on the far side. And Lewis Hudson, I might have mistakenly called Hamilton a few moments ago, was up his flag, and apologies there to Lewis and his family. Dion Pereira. To take this free kick here for St Mary's Eaglevale. He does go short on this occasion. And puts it straight out of play. Now, on the counter, here come the Saints. Ball falls for Lewis Gibson here of Camden. He'll come back straight away the other way. Dan Pickles out on the left. Just slips before he gets the ball. Still in possession for Pickles. Gibson. Jack Haynes on the right-hand side. The skipper here for Camden. Has to turn and go back. McGee. Gibson. Haynes. Haynes loses out. Play on's the call. Great piece of defensive work there from St Mary's as Dylan Pereira tries to go down the right. Pickles comes back. Trying to delay that pass as much as he could to Jake Taylor, but away from him. Stosky goes back. Maguire gets there in time and delivers a lovely ball out to the left-hand side here. Jack Williams goes back to the middle and Alex Reid. Pickles. Ball over the top there and defended by William Binney. Ball hitting the truck there. Gary Redder, if you're listening, no damage. Delwyn Pereira throws the ball in. Delwyn down the right-hand side. And now St Mary's, after absorbing some pressure, look to be throwing it back on Camden here. Luke Martino with his back to goal, squares the ball but gives it straight back to the Tigers. Franklin Tripodi pushes long. And now St Mary's come back down the left-hand side. In comes the cross. Franklin Tripodi gets there for the Tigers. Maguire nods it forward for St Mary's. Is that a foul? Play on's the call. Pickles. Again down the left here for the Tigers. And a good tackle or ball there from Michael Binney. Jake Taylor goes on his own down the left-hand side. Now he cuts back in and the ball rebounds in the middle. Martino. Maguire. Couldn't find Martino on the return ball. It's intercepted there by Dan Pickles, and it's going to be a throw-in now for St Mary's. Neither team really stamping their authority on this elimination minor semi-final. It's going up and down, with everybody having a turn as Alex Rustevsky gets a foot in. Back to William Binney. Now Jack Williams. Rustevsky. Rustevsky goes back towards the middle. Danger as Lewis Gibson almost wins the ball, but he doesn't. Now on the turn, straight through to Tom Haynes, which is a back pass, and he gets rid of it quickly by foot. Down the right-hand side. Throw in for Camden, or is it a free kick? Johan Pinto ordering a free kick for Camden with that foul on Jack Haynes over on the far side. Tigers go long. Headed down there from Michael Binney. William Binney on the turn, finds Delwyn Pereira. Camden trying to press. St Mary's go long and too long in the hands of Tom Haynes. Lewis Gibson goes long for Camden. Harry Davies asking for a free kick, not given, and play on's the call as St Mary's now decide to come back up the other end. Like a long ball coming up here for St Mary's, long down the left-hand side. Jack Williams couldn't keep it in play. Now, Camden, it's your turn to do the same thing. Lewis Gibson goes centrally Fortuitously gets the rebound. Gibson tries again. This time he finds Reed in a bit of space on the left. It's actually Dan Pickles. Now an opportunity here for Locke for Camden on the edge of the box. Can he cross it over? Ball still in play, and St Mary's bring it away. Locke there just couldn't quite keep his footing on the byline. The ball stayed in play, but St Mary's clean it up. Now with an opportunity here for Rafi. He didn't get the connection he wanted. Is that a foul? Yes, it was. Foul there on Brendan Faccinelli. Camden players protesting that it wasn't. But the referee has already made his decision and won't be changing it. So Ethan Maguire here for St Mary's Eaglevale. 6.5 minutes remaining before half time. In it comes. Camden deal with it. Quentin Maguire. Pereira, beg your pardon. Maguire. Now they go left. William Binney. Rostevsky. A long ball out here to the right, looking for Delwyn Pereira. Delwyn dispossessed there by Harry Davies, and it's going to be a throw-in for St Mary's in the far corner. So can the Saints break the deadlock here before half-time? Very tight space. William Binney. Lewis Gibson on the turn. Punches it down the field for Camden, but it's all St Mary's back there. Quentin Pereira. Sweeping deep. The skipper for St Mary's. Jake Taylor goes back in the middle. Gibson. Now Locke. Wins a throw in on the far side. Can Camden find an opening here? Been an unrelenting semi-final. Both teams not giving in away anything. You've got to earn every little piece of it. So it should be in finals football. Gibson with a quick throw. Jack Haynes with a cross, and right across the face, beats everybody. And it's away for a goal kick. So you'd probably say Dion Pereira's had a couple more saves to make than Tom Haynes. But not much in it. Dion Pereira to take this goal kick. Squares it up to Quentin. Marys decides to go back, now go forward. Now Faccinelli releases Maguire on the right here, but not much yellow shirts in front of him. Maguire puts one over the top, looking for Yusuf Rafi, and defended by Alex Stedman for the Tigers. Delwyn Pereira. Ball still in play. Tigers knock it forward. Jake Taylor looking for options. They only find Delwyn Pereira of St Mary's. Maguire, Pereira. In the end, it's popped high in the air from Franklin Tripodi. Now Jack Haynes. Ball well and truly away there from Locke. St Mary's come back the other way. So a real stalemate here at Rondine North. As we're 90 seconds out from the break. One ball in, one ball out. Now we've got both balls in and one ball's out, so we've got one left to play with. In goes the throw. Along the byline, and that's a corner kick now for St Mary's. A real attacking opportunity for them in the shadows of half-time. Luke Martino to take this corner here for St Mary's Eaglevale, to be swinging it in with his right boot. And it goes to the far stick, headed down, and Tom Haynes got a hand to it, parried it out, but put out a play for a goal kick. A half opportunity there for the Saints. Tom Haynes to bang this long for the Tigers. Towards halfway, Yusuf Rafi gets ahead to it for the Saints. Gibson over the top. Reed first time ball, but referee Johan Pinto says they'll do us for the opening 45 minutes. And it's been a half of minimal chances. Real semi-final football here at Rondine North in the M-League semi-final series for 2025. A very early chance to Luke Martino for the Saints in the opening minute. He pulled it wide of the mark. And a couple of nice saves from Dion Pereira, who's punched the ball out in dangerous situations for St Mary's in goal. So at halftime here at Rondine Memorial North Pitch, it's St Mary's 0, Camden Tigers 0 in this minor semi-final. Make sure you join us for the second half. We'll be back shortly. Back to Rondon Memorial North Pitch for the second half of this minor semi-final between St Mary's, Eaglevale and the Camden Tigers. No score in a very tight contest, and referee Johan Pinto is about to get us underway for the second half of this minor semi-final. We're underway. St Mary's in their yellow tops, green shorts and yellow socks. They'll be running from right to left on your screen in the second half. And the Camden Tigers in their gold tops, the black shorts and the gold socks. They'll be running from left to right on your screens in the second half. Jake Taylor wins a tough header over on the far side, and St Mary's to setting a throw in there. Great to have your company on the Macarthur Football Association YouTube channel. And a special mention for the goalkeeper Dion Pereira's granddad Colin, tuning in from the north coast of New South Wales. Great to have your company as well, as Camden playing out at the back. McGee goes back to Haynes. As Camden look to build up in the midfield. This time they go long. Delwyn Pereira punches it out. Comes back for Camden here through Lewis Gibson. Jake Taylor goes back. McGee. Taylor goes all the way back to Stedman and Franklin Tripodi. Transfers play on the left-hand side. Alex Reid. In comes the ball towards the middle. Well done there from Pickles to bring it down, and Lewis Gibson has a pop from distance, but it's wide of the mark. So Coach Robin Pereira of St Mary's probably be much of the same in the second half, I'd say, just to be defensively sound and try and counter. Whereas on the other side of the coin, Coach Murray Stallard of the Tigers probably wanting to find some more feet on the ball in more prominent positions. Went by St Mary's. They're away down the right-hand side. Luke Martino bearing it on for goal for St Mary's, and a great save. Tom Haynes. Well, Martino had a golden opportunity early in the match, and another one here in the early seconds of the second half. But Haynes worked out his angles nicely and makes a great save for the Camden Tigers. Pickles trying to bring that down, but not much power behind that effort. And Dion Pereira picks up comfortably for St Mary's. That could be the difference right there and then. Feels like a 1-0, a very low-scoring type of match. And that save from Tom Haynes could work out to be a match winner in the end, as Harry Davies centres the ball here for Camden. A long-range effort, well and truly off the mark from Alex Reid, and St Mary's to come up with a goal kick. Saints, a missed kick upfield, works out for well for the Saints. Was a foul from Lewis Gibson. Play on's the call. Now he gets a pass away on the left-hand side. Stedman. Tigers still battling hard for the ball on the top of the box. Now the ball breaks here for Yusuf Rafi. He goes wide left. Jack Williams. Throw here for Camden on the near side. McGee throws it in for Camden. Jake Taylor. Coming in around the back there was still here for St Mary's. But Michael Tripodi, Franklin Tripodi, takes the ball away for the Tigers there. Not happy with himself there was Ethan Maguire. He worked hard to win the ball, but gave it straight back to Camden. Jake Taylor tries to split the centre backs, but works out for St Mary's in the end. Alex Rostevsky steaming down the right-hand side. Goes back. Binney, Maguire. Michael Binney. Maguire again. First time ball out here to Jack Williams for the Saints. Nice ball movement here from St Mary's Eaglevale. This time they needed to go back and stymies the momentum. Maguire starts again. Rustevsky. Quentin Pereira. Ethan Maguire sizes up a pass down the right-hand side. Lovely work. William Binney back on the middle. Brendan Focchianelli with his left. Couldn't find the target. But nice work there from the Saints. Stringing a few more passes together than they did in the first half. Trying to work the opening. And Michael Binney in some space on the right, but the effort went wide as the Camden Tigers now come out of defence. Another loose pass, and back we go the other way. Jack Williams. That pass just too much for him. Rustevsky gets a foot in, but still with Camden and Quentin Pereira there. That was cynical, and I think that might be a yellow card it is for Quentin Pereira of St Mary's. He felt as though he had to give that away. So 8 minutes gone in the second half. Luke Martino with a golden opportunity for Saints in the opening minutes. Great save from Tom Haynes, and now can Camden work something here. Kalen Locke swings it in, and Dion Pereira, that wind really took the ball there at the end as it was floating, and Pereira takes it comfortably. Back come the Tigers. Harry Davies. Good tackle there from Luke Martino, who gets fouled in the same process, and a free kick here for St Mary's over on the far side. St Mary's to take this free kick just on their side of halfway. In it goes towards the middle. Headed on from Yusuf Rafi. Still with the Saints. A nice turn there from Focchiarelli. And a header on the far side and a last ditch defence from the Tigers, gets the ball away. A left-footed cross back in. And it beats everybody in the end. And the eventual result is a goal kick for the Tigers. Tigers on halfway. McGee. Ball's won by Rustevsky here from St Mary's down the left-hand side. Rustevsky tackled from behind there from Dan Pickles. There'll be a throw in here for St Mary's. Jack Williams to restart play for St Mary's. Rebounds off Maguire. Lock. Now goes out to the left, intercepted on the far side there from Delwyn Pereira, puts it out of play. Very timely one for St Mary's. A missed kick there from Pereira, and it's a corner kick for Camden. So the Tigers now with an attacking opportunity. Can they make something count in what has been a very tight contest so far in this elimination minor semi-final? In it comes. It's over to the far stick, beats everybody, and they'll be away for a throw in. Just a reminder that if the scores are level at the end of regulation time, we'll be playing 15 minutes each way extra time. No golden goal, it'll be straight out 30 minutes. And if scores are still level, we will be deciding it on penalty kicks. Yusuf Rafi couldn't keep it in play. Now back come the Tigers. Intercepted by Rafi. Gibson now for Camden. Tyler Reid on the field for Camden. Lewis Gibson slides the ball out to the right-hand side. Block has got McGee on his outside. Puts him under a bit of pressure there with that pass. He does well to catch up with it. This time from a standing start back to Locke. Back in the middle and sneaking in around Quentin Pereira there. With the Tigers and a shot going over the crossbar. Breeze has sprung up again here at Rondine Memorial. Second half as Yusuf Rafi coming across the pitch towards us as the camera is looking at the field. McGee to the edge of the 18-yard box. A shot and a great save from Pereira. With his right arm, very firm and strong, and kept out that strike. And keeps St Mary's in the contest. Back come the Tigers again, and that's a foul from Luke Martino. But Dion Pereira with a fantastic save. Grandfather Colin will be clapping loudly on the north coast of New South Wales with that effort. Now, St Mary's on the counter. Don't know what happened there, but they've got the ball coming up the other end. Crossing it over to the far side, too much for Yusuf Rafi. And away for a goal kick. Well, I thought Camden were ready to take a free kick quickly and ended up at the feet of Martino, I think, on the far side for St Mary's. So a goal kick is the result of all of that. So Tom Haynes now to take this goal kick for the Tigers. So a great save from Tom Haynes just after the interval. And Dion Pereira coming up with a simply wonderful one-arm save as Binny looking for a ball in the middle, and Camden get out of the way. Jake Taylor as they look to move forward. Now pass down the left-hand side here for the Tigers. They cut it back into the middle. An opportunity here, a shot, and this time they score! The Tigers! A great save from Pereira a moment ago. But this time, Jack Haynes, the skipper, delivers a knockout blow for St Mary's. And they take the lead here in the minor semi-final. And after 16 minutes of play in the second half, it's Camden Tigers 1, St Mary's Eaglevale 0. So the deadlock has finally been broken. And the skipper on the turn there, finding the back of the net for the Tigers. Yusuf Rafi fouled there by Lewis Gibson. Maguire looking to get on with it quickly here for St Mary's. Still plenty of time left for the Saints to get back in the contest. But you feel as though goals are a premium here tonight at Rondine North in this semi-final type atmosphere. It could be a golden one from the skipper for the Tigers. Ethan Maguire to go long here for Saints. Maguire goes to the top of the box. Now an opportunity, but the flag's up. Offside. It was a good save from Haynes, who instinctively saved with his left hand, but the flag was up on the far side there. Assistant referee Lewis Hudson put it up immediately. A free kick will result here for Camden. So Tom Haynes, as the breeze strengthens here at Rondine Memorial. Tom Haynes just short of halfway. The ball in the middle, Dion Pereira. A mix-up here in the defence, and no, he couldn't make it. The angle was very acute there in the end. A mix-up which was almost fatal there for St Mary's. Tigers looking to double their lead. But the angle was very acute there for Harry Davies in the end. And a goal kick results, and St Mary's give the ball up here for Jake Taylor. Double teamed on halfway, wins a free kick. Lewis Gibson over the ball. Can he hold this up in the breeze? It does hold up there, but Dion Pereira comes out and takes it comfortably. Dion Pereira. That ball is certainly holding up in the breeze. Jack Haynes gets a header. And as far as Alex Rostevsky for the Saints. Anthony Caroni on the field for the Saints. Jack Haynes pumps the ball out to the left-hand side. Reed back to Haynes. Haynes looking for a sweeping pass. It's going to be too much for McGee. And the ball will be out of play. Tigers with the ball. Just on halfway. McGee. Harry Davies wins a throw here for the Tigers here on the near side as McGee is ready to throw the ball back in. A long ball to the top of the box. So Mary's headed away. Brendan Facchianelli goes back to the middle. Couldn't find a teammate. Jake Taylor. Gibson. Taylor dummies to go down the right, goes back to the middle. Gibson. Davies. A touch there from Reed. Back to Davies on the angle on the far stick, and Camden score again. A wonderful piece of play. Tyler Reed on the end of it. The ball hooked across from Harry Davies. And Camden Tigers double their lead. And I think in the end you'll find that that's going to be very invaluable when we come towards the end of the half. And after 21 minutes of play, it's Camden Tigers 2, St Mary's Eaglevale 0. So good interchange of passing down the right here with Gibson, Taylor and Harry Davies in the end delivered a beautiful ball to the far stick. Tyler Reed obliged at the far post. So the mountain's becoming higher now for St Mary's Eaglevale to climb. Such a tight opening first half that we weren't sure if we're going to see any goals in the second half, but we've seen two, both from the Tigers, as they take a stranglehold on this minor semi-final and could move into week 2 if scores remain the same. As a free kick now for St Mary's. Ball hit the referee, so Anthony Caroni couldn't quite keep that in. In goes the throw. Taylor tries to find Davies. Yusuf Rafi in a very tight space. It's a scrap. Taylor. It's a return ball there from Davies. He gets another foot in. Rostevsky this time pushes it back for the Saints, and Jack Williams puts up a high ball towards Delwyn Pereira. Ball's out of play. There'll be a throw in here for the Tigers on the far side. Things starting to slip away here from St Mary's at Rondine North in the M-League first grade elimination semi-final. Great to have your company on the Macarthur Football Association YouTube channel for the final series. Let's not forget that concurrently at Knott Oval, the runaway minor premiers Narellan Rangers taking on Gunners FC. Now the ball breaks here, but the ball just bobbled up on the last second. There are bare patches on this pitch here. Lewis Gibson looks to make something down the right. So Mary's come away with it. A pass there, was that a Steedman? Yep. And it's a yellow card there Alex Steedman for holding on against the Camden Tigers, grabbing his arm. Referee Pinto straight in the book. That's a red card here for the Camden Tigers. So Alex Steedman got the initial yellow, and obviously there was some chatter back. And referee Johan Pinto said, here's another yellow and you're on your way. So Camden Tigers down to 10 players for the remainder of this semi-final. They're leading by 2-0, but Alex Steedman protesting against the yellow and protesting too much in the eyes of referee Johan Pinto. And now for the remaining 20 minutes, plus time added on, the Tigers are down to 10. So Michael Binney here for the Saints with his dead ball. Hangs it up in the breeze on the 6-yard box. Haynes saw it all away and takes it comfortably for the Tigers. So Camden are away down the left-hand side again. Tyler Reid after the ball, but out comes Dion Pereira. And the Saints take advantage of the 10-man Camden Tigers outfit for the remainder of regulation time, and time added on for finals matches in the eyes of the official for issuing cards and deliberate time wasting only, not for injuries on the field. There's Ristevski on the right-hand side. Was that a foul? It was. You can hear the click of the boots all the way on the other pitch, across the pitch where we are, in our commentary position. It's Delwyn Pereira who's come out worse for wear. Obviously his team behind, he felt that one. He's down on his haunches, and he's up in the end. So things going swimmingly for the Tigers, and just a couple of minutes ago, down to 10 men, Alex Steedman. He received the yellow for an arm tug, and then protesting too much, according to the referee, got a second yellow and turned into a red, and he's off the field. Jack Williams now for the Saints. In the middle of the park. Delivers the ball over on the left-hand side. Michael Binney, not much room to work with there. Harry Davies. Ristevski. Ristevski following through. Play on's the call. Binney. A ball over the top. And Franklin Tripodi took no chances there and puts it out over the sideline for the Tigers. Franklin Tripodi again. The ball drops here for the Saints. Not the purchase he wanted there was Yusuf Rafi, usually a dangerous player in that position. And now the Tigers, Franklin Tripodi striding out of defence for Camden. Ball straight over the sideline, and St Mary's to come back. Dion Pereira to take it comfortably here for St Mary's. They've got plenty of work to do in the remaining time to try and bridge this 2-goal gap against the 10-man Camden Tigers outfit. Franklin Tripodi straight back over the sideline. St Mary's. So approaching the final 15 minutes of regulation time. In this elimination semi-final of the West Group M-League first grade competition, third placed St Mary's Eaglevale down by 2-0 to the Tigers. And they manufacture something to lead to a goal and get one back. Jack Williams. Lewis Gibson picks up the scraps only as far as Martino. Couldn't take it any further. And now the ball spending plenty of time in Camden's half. We're down to 10 men. About to play the final 20 minutes with Alex Stedman being given his marching orders. Tyler Reid down the left here for Camden. Score of the second goal. One back, a shot, and wide of the mark. Ball's out of play on the far side. News from Don Oval that in the reserve grade fixture, there was no score at the end of regulation time and extra time, but Narellan Rangers win out in the major semi-final in reserve grade. So they're through to the grand final. Harry Davies with some nice work down the right for Camden, pushing the ball through. Harry Davies on the right here for Camden, looking for teammates. A little bit too far away, gets another chance, Davies, and it rebounds off his foot into the hands of Pereira. And because of the late finish, no score in the first grade major semi-final. It's Narellan 0. Gunners 0. The loser of that match will be playing the winner of this one, which at the moment is led 2-0 by the Camden Tigers. In comes the cross. Yusuf Rafi for St Mary's. Rafi, it's not Rafi. Replacement players come on there for St Mary's. Justin Enos with that shot. A few fresh players on for Saints. Camden, give it away. Enos with the ball here for St Mary's. And cut out. Once again, the ball spending plenty of time in the half of the Camden Tigers, who are down to 10, with the dismissal of Alex Stedman for 2 yellows in a matter of seconds. Binney trying to get something happening here. There's brother William trying to give the ball back. And it's a shot there from Jai Mills. Straight in the hands of Tom Haynes. St Mary's Eaglevale down by 2 goals and just over 10 minutes remaining in this minor semi-final. Rostevsky. Goes square for William Binney. Delwyn Pereira goes long. Good towering header there in the centre of defence for the Tigers. Davies. Jake Taylor, another sweeping ball to the opposite side. Delwyn Pereira gets a head in. Enos gets a touch on the far side. He gets a return ball here for St Mary's. And Lewis Gibson solidly takes the ball off him. Tigers down the left. Time is on their side. And St Mary's looking to find a goal here late in the piece to try and put some pressure back on Camden and maybe even a second. Michael Binney down the left on the edge of the box. Once again, Camden get a foot to it. Michael Binney on the edge of the box. Still with Michael Binney. Yusuf Raffi on the turn. Raffi. And again, the Tigers putting bodies in the way. And Jai Mills puts it well and truly over the bar for St Mary's. But Camden working hard at the back. Repelling St Mary's as we go into the final 10 minutes inside of regulation time. Camden Tigers 2 leading St Mary's Eaglevale 0 in the elimination semi-final, and it's starting to slip away from the Saints at the moment as the Tigers standing tall. At the moment. Back come the Saints down the right-hand side. Alistair DeFrank goes back, but this time Camden go through. The ball's too heavy. Past Harry Davies into the hands of Dion Pereira, who knocks it straight back up over halfway. Franklin Tripodi puts it out of play. Enos on the far side. Can Saints get at least one back to ask the question of Camden? Ball goes in over the top. Quentin Pereira goes long. Easily handled there by Jack Haynes. Was that a foul there from Lewis Gibson? It was. Leaning right into the St Mary's player there. Knocking him over in the end. Alex Rostevsky, the player, fouled. So Michael Binney now for the Saints. Can he work something here? Looks like they're all lined up to the far side here. Try and get a final touch. Alistair DeFrank gets up there, but falls into the hands of Tom Haynes. And comfortably taken for the Tigers. Tom Haynes, a drop punt. Goes from coast to coast, and now Dion Pereira to return the favour with his left foot. This time he decides to roll it out to the right. Justin Enos for St Mary's as they look to try and get on the board here late in the piece. A nice ball there from Delwyn Pereira to William Binney. Now an opportunity here. Crossover. And Tripodi, Franklin Tripodi gets it away. Pereira, Delwyn comes back. Enos slides a pass down to Rostevsky, who has to turn and look back. Saints finding hard to try and penetrate this Camden defence, and the Tigers win a free kick up the pitch. So Saints playing with 3 up front. Try and get a goal back here over the head there of Dion Pereira. An opportunity here for Camden to wrap it up. And just wide of the mark. Dion Pereira gets on with it quickly. Jack Williams. St Mary's keep it on the halfway line. And it's out of play. There'll be a throw in here for Camden, who've stood strong here with 10 men after the dismissal of Alex Steadman. St Mary's haven't been able to threaten very much at all. Davies trying to get in behind, but defended well. Jai Mills here on the left. Can he get something going for the Saints? Puts a ball in the middle, and Haynes stops the progress. The ball back it comes. Delwyn Pereira. Saints getting more desperate now as time running out for St Mary's Eaglevale. Williams. Michael Binney loses out. Now the Tigers get to keep the ball. Jake Taylor. Davies centres the ball, but straight to Delwyn Pereira. Brendan Voris back there for St Mary's Eaglevale has come on the pitch. Binney. Alistair DeFrank couldn't quite get his balance right and blocked that effort there from the Tigers defence, who have been absolutely desperate and throwing their bodies in front of the ball in the final minutes of this elimination semi-final. So 2.5 minutes remaining of regular time. Jack Williams gets it underway here for St Mary's. And they provide some late drama here. Delwyn Pereira in the middle. And once again, Franklin Tripodi stopping anything. They've done so well, the back three and back four of Camden, being down to 10 players. Looks like St Mary's will be exiting the competition. Down 2-0. And we're in the final couple of minutes here of regulation time. And whatever the officials decide to add on, if any. Saints again. Vuras gives it away. Now, there's an interesting battle here. Pereira, does a 360 and doesn't quite clear it. He's still away from his goal, and the ball's out of play, and that's going to save him because it'll be a throw in here for Camden. They get on with it quickly. Camden, but they lose out now. Can St Mary's score here in the final moments to make it a little bit interesting? But once again, Michael Franklin Tripodi showing calmness at the back and protecting the ball as Tom Haynes clears. And now Camden Tigers give it away. Alistair DeFrank out on the right-hand side here, looking for a teammate, but couldn't find one. And now Camden come back up the other way. The Tigers are going to drive deep into the corner here. They couldn't make it to Harry Davies there. It's been intercepted by William Binney. And Jake Taylor might get a yellow here if he's not careful. Referee Johan Pinto said no. William Binney. Time almost up here at Rondine North. And Franklin Tripodi again with a clearance. A shot and straight in the hands there of Tom Haynes. So regulation time is up now. We're into the hands of the officials as to how much time is added on. Tom Haynes, drop punt up towards halfway. Lewis Gibson. Once again, Franklin Tripodi committed to the ball for the Tigers. So Dion Pereira now to restart for the Saints. We're into time added on here. It's Camden 2, St Mary's Eaglevale 0. The ball out of play here on the near side. And Camden Tigers had to play the final 20 minutes with 10 players, with Alex Steedman receiving 2 yellows within seconds of each other. So Dion Pereira playing as an extra player. Referee Johan Pinto says that's it. There is no more. And St Mary's Eaglevale have been eliminated for the 2025 first grade competition with a victory by the Camden Tigers by 2-0. It was 0-0 at the break, but the Tigers found 2 goals in the second half, and that was enough to see off St Mary's Eaglevale, who did really well to come and make the finals in 2025 after an absence of several years. And the Camden Tigers, whose form has probably been indifferent at the back part of the season, came up with a very solid second half tonight and came away with a victory by 2-0. Jack Haynes and Tyler Reid, your goal scorers, and Alex Steedman receiving his second yellow within seconds and dismissed with 20 minutes to go. But the Tigers hung on and fought hard right to the death, and they proceed into week 2 into the preliminary final, and they'll take on the loser of Narellan Rangers and Gunners FC. Thanks very much for your company on the Macarthur Football Association YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. That's it for St Mary's in 225, but the Tigers march on into week 2 of the finals. Thanks for your company. I'm Jack Bulick. Bye for now.